Good morning, Taft High School. I'm your host, Ella Ziesman.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Potop. Let's get to the announcements for the start of the week.
So make sure when you're looking in Schoology, you're looking at the comments because that's where you're really going to find the places that you want to.
No, I think you just want to go see our student test after.
This is pretty cool, though.
Justin Newington, Timon Lopez.
Whoa, do you guys remember the homecoming game?
Oh yeah, dude, that was so much fun. Do you guys remember the blood drive?
Yeah, and that sick neon pep rally.
Yeah, that was dope. Do you guys remember that?
Where's the yearbook? Where's the yearbook? Give it to me.
What is going on?
I don't know, man. I'm just here to be honest.
I think a time traveler just popped through a portal, screaming, and just took our yearbook.
Yeah, tell us something we don't know.
Where is it?
Excuse me, time traveler, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a superimport method of self-superimposing inside a future.
Yeah, but don't question it, man. It's super important.
Bro, what? What are you doing? Can I help you? Who are you, bro?
Yo, what? Thank you.
Okay, I think I have done all these super important things. So now I can do the super important thing that will save the world.
Jeez, man, the sun's way brighter up here. Good thing I brought my trusty shades. Hey, come on. Blowing up the world can't be that important.
But you know what else is? Our latest yearbook sales.
Listen up, Toreadors. You can only buy our yearbook in the student store now. Online sales are officially over.
In May, our prices go up to $110, so make sure to get yourself a copy.
Wait, Foos. What do we do now?
That's a good question. Wait, Dave, weren't you dating Sophie on that Toreador Island show?
No comment.
And don't forget, next Friday you can pick up your yearbooks if you've already bought them at lower lunch. And if you haven't already purchased your yearbook, you can purchase it starting next Monday at the student store for $110.
This Friday is Taft's annual Battle of the Bands. Come to the senior quad to see the bands of Taft students play and compete. Hear some awesome music, see some talented musicians, and share on your peers.
Hello, we're youth educators at the Wellbeing Center in room C109.
My name's Martha.
And my name is Patrick.
These are the peer health advocates. We wanted to let you know that we can help students with all sorts of things.
Having a rough day?
Well-being center.
Fight with your bestie?
You don't understand what I'm
you're
going
not
through.
listening to me though.
But do you know what I'm
it's 'cause you're not
talking about?
listening. No, we're done.
Okay, I'm
We're
listening.
done. We're done.
Dude. Well-being center.
Questions about your health?
Wellbeing Center.
Concerns about substance use?
The Wellbeing Center.
Hands-only CPR training. What?
Well-being center.
Need deodorant?
The well-being center.
Want someone to talk to?
Wellbeing Center.
In love?
Wellbeing Center.
If you come during class, please bring a pass.
We're here every day except Wednesday in room C109 at...
The Well-Being Center.
Class of 2027 is fundraising through their selling of Hags bags grants. Send a Hags bag to a friend to wish them a good summer or send them good wishes. Grants will be sold this week at lower lunch for only $1.
Esports is hosting a 2v2 Smash Bros at lunch. Come check out the skills of some amazing players by swinging by and checking out in room M268.
Next week is finals week. Check in with your teachers to make sure you're on track to end the semester strong. Try your hardest, do your best, and good luck.
Hi everyone, my name is Miss Riley.
And I'm Mr. G.
And today we're going to talk to you guys about study skills.
studying.
We love that.
Mm-hmm.
So first, let's talk about procrastination. We know what procrastination is, right? It's the act of delaying and postponing something. And why do we do it? I mean, do we really enjoy doing some of the things that we do? Maybe even being impulsive, struggling to stay focused on this topic, a delay, thinking about how long it's going to take us to do it, and even low self-sufficiency. So a person's belief or expectation that they're even capable of doing the things that they're supposed to be doing.
So then how do we create a routine that we're able to use these studying skills, right? So the first step is we wake up at the same time every day for school and we make time for breakfast. I know that for a lot of us, that's a hard thing to do, but we need to be able to be ready for school and just to take on the day. So step 2 is know your final schedule, right? Know what day, what class you're going to, what final you're taking. That way you know what to also study for. Step 3 would be set up study times into your schedule, right? We all have a lot of time in our day and we spend a majority of it on our phones. So just taking 30 minutes to 1 hour to study, I think would be really great for you. And then get a good night's sleep. I know, again, I'm bringing the phone part in here, but if you can spend so much time on your phone, you can set some time, to start sleeping early.
And then also creating a study space, choosing a specific study space that works for you. A lot of the times we don't recommend doing the study space in your bed because when we're in the bed, we definitely want to take a nap. So whether it's at the kitchen table at a certain time or even going to the library, going to Starbucks, that works. Just making sure you have that designated study space. And also making sure you have everything that you need for your study space. You need those highlighters, those multiple pens, those multiple pencils, your laptop, your journals, just making sure you have everything that you need. And then eliminating distractions. It's really hard for us to put our phones down, but that's the point of that do not disturb in that focus mode, right? You want to put those things away just so that we can maintain focus. And then even having like a desk lamp. I know sometimes that works for some people where you have like a small desk lamp, you turn on when you study, you keep it on for the 30 minutes, and then you turn it off when you're trying to take a break. So you choose, but creating that designated study space is really beneficial here.
And also just another thing, if you have your laptop open, that doesn't mean that on one tab you should have Netflix or Instagram or anything open on it. You're clearly trying to study, and then that's why those 30 minutes of study breaks are really crucial. So study smarter, not harder. So a solid 30 minutes of studying can do a lot of great things for you, right? You can also do a 30-minute break between every 2 hours. Every night and week before the test, you want to be able to study at least for what you feel like you're really struggling with, right? Each day start with something new and each study session with reviewing what you did the following day. So it's kind of just making sure that you're retaining all the information while you're also reading through new information. Read through your notes, color code and highlight the things that you feel are going to be really important on your exams. Make practice tests or flashcards. You really want to test yourself, whether that's on your notes app or like actual physical flashcards. Ask questions to teachers or friends that you feel like, hey, I'm just not understanding this concept or this material. Can you just kind of cover it before the exams? And share what you learned with family members or friends. That way they can also help you practice. But most importantly, you want to get a good night's sleep.
So once again, study smarter, not harder. Start studying now, friends. I know it's easy for us to be like, oh, I can do it tomorrow. I can do it next week. Why do it then when you can do it now? You're not going to stress yourself out because you're already starting early, right? Also making sure that we take thorough notes in class. If there's things that you're not understanding and you're missing, you want to make sure that you're reaching over to the person next to you or even the teacher just so that you can get a clear understanding on what it is. At the end of the day, using 20 to 30 minutes to study over everything that you learned throughout the day, it is beneficial, right? Making sure that we're asking the teachers any questions so that we can get that clarity. Also, if you're not understanding what's going on in the class sometimes, YouTube and the internet is going to be our best friend, right? You need help on a math problem you're not understanding, you can go ahead and do that. You can also use tutor.com if there's something that you're not understanding.
It's on Schoology.
Exactly, you can go ahead and do that. Making sure that you also create flashcards as you study for heavy memorization. So sometimes the flashcard method works for people in just going ahead and doing that. If not, you can also have like a study guide if the teacher gives you one or you creating your own study guide, right?
Exactly.
And it's way better if you study a little bit every day versus it doing all at one time. You're going to really remember the material, grasp it, and be able to use it in the long run versus you trying to hurry up and study the night before. Boom, you do the test and then you forget everything. So just make sure that you're stretching out that studying. You're more likely to retain that information.
So the next would be finding motivation, and I know a lot of us, especially even myself, or I don't know, a lot of us really just struggle with motivation, right? Motivation to do things, especially when it comes to studying or even schoolwork. But placing those reminders for yourself, thinking about like, hey, like this is very short term, right? Especially for you ninth graders, you only have 3 more years after this. You got this, you can do it. But for the seniors, you're almost out. So everything has a timeline, and I think that just using that as motivation of like we're almost done, and also summer's coming up. Think about that. Think about not having to go to summer school if you do so well on your finals. But just finding that space to really just motivate yourself. Think about your GPA. Think about things that you want to do after school, and then how can you accomplish those things. So if you can, and also if you can find motivation to use social media to go out with friends and this and that, you can find motivation to at least 30 minutes to 1 hour of studying per day.
All right. So I really recommend you guys try it. Try at least one or the two of the strategies that we recommend and find one of the things that motivates you academically. So what works best for you? I would say for me, I would like to enjoy things. I would like to do activities with my friends afterwards, right?
Mhm.
So my mindset is if I hurry up and do it, if I spread it out, I won't be stressed out the day before it's due. And that way I can go ahead and do it. And then I'm done. I can go hang out with my friends.
Exactly. I think one of my strategies is that I like to do things right after school. That way, the rest of my evening, I can dedicate it to hanging out with friends or going out or just being on social media.
Ooh, I like that.
That's it for this week. Remember to keep Taft clean, green, safe, and serene. Bye, Taft!